जय हिंद दोस्तों, मैं हूं मेजर मोहम्मद अली शाह और इस बार मैं लाया हूं एक ऐसी इंस्पायरिंग पर्सनालिटी, एक ऐसे ये खास मेहमान भाई जो किसी तारुफ की मोहताज तो खैर है ही नहीं बिल्कुल भी। लेकिन उनकी आप कहानी सुनेंगे आप शुरू से तो आपका दिल करेगा कि इनसे आप मुलाकात करें। आप खास तौर से कहीं पे भी हों, आप कलकत्ते आए, कलकत्ते में रहती हैं, जी हाँ, और आप कलकत्ते आए और आपकी मुलाकात इनसे हो। और जी हाँ, दैट गोज विदाउट सेइंग कि भाई सेल्फी जरूर लगाओगे आप, है ना। अच्छा भाई, मैं बात कर रहा हूं राजलक्ष्मी श्याम की। ये एक ऐसी प्रेरणा है हम सब के लिए। भाई आज की तारीख में एक बीमारी इतनी रैम्पेड हो गई है जो कि है कैंसर। कि बहुत लोग जब नाम सुनते हैं कैंसर हो गया है तो होश उड़ जाते हैं। और कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो बहुत हाई स्पिरिटेड होते हैं, इतने पॉजिटिव होते हैं, जो फाइटर होते हैं, जो लड़ते हैं, जो हिम्मत नहीं हारते, बल्कि वो और लोगों को जीने का तरीका सिखाते हैं, दिखाते हैं। जी हाँ भाई, अगर मैं बोलना शुरू करूं तो मैं इनके बारे में मैं पुल बांध सकता हूं, मैं बोल सकता हूं, जस्ट गो ऑन। बट लेट मी टेल यू, दिस इवनिंग वी हैड अ वंडरफुल टाइम, वी हैड अ wonderful evening which we spent together in Calcutta just now. And मैं अब और नहीं बोलूंगा, अभी आगे खैर मदम करते हैं राजलक्ष्मी श्याम का। राजलक्ष्मी, शुक्रिया, थैंक यू वेरी मच हमारे लिए वक्त निकालने के लिए।
Hi, good evening.
गुड इवनिंग राजलक्ष्मी। सबसे पहले शुरुआत से शुरू करते हैं। आप अपने थोड़े बचपन के बारे में थोड़ा कुछ बताइए बिफोर वी एडवांस फर्दर, एंड टेल अस हाउ वाज योर चाइल्डहुड एंड व्हाट वर योर एस्पिरेशन एज अ चाइल्ड।
I had a wonderful childhood, like many of us, but I have been a very headstrong, desperate child. So I had to go to a boys' school almost, because in my family, due to conservative, aristocratic Bengali attitude, most of the people goes to either Gokle or Loreto like that. But I have to go to South Point with my cousin brother. So I have studied with the boys, and I always have my own ways while doing things. Like my mother wanted me to become a dancer, so I learned dancing. But I thought I'm rather lazy, so I took up playing piano. So before I could learn from someone, I could play the piano at least. So I should say that I have a good childhood. My father had been on and off in Calcutta. He was working for the government as well. So we had the privilege of going from one place to another and see India as a whole. And I could discover the unity amongst diversity, and that has affected my life in a way because it has given me motivation to meet different people of different cultures since my childhood. And wherever I would go, I would make a lot of friends. So this is about my childhood. I had a lot of friends, and they come to my house, and we still have friends at my home actually.
Yes, I know.
You
Arnab
still
and
have.
Arnab Goswami and Parijat are there. Hi,
Yeah.
Arnab and Parijat. How are you? Great, great, great.
I'm good,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you guys.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Great. Walaikum assalam. Great, 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 great. So, दोस्तों, इनके घर में अर्नब गोस्वामी अभी इस वक्त मौजूद हैं, वो बैठे हुए हैं वहां पे। और परिजात भी हैं, और परिजात बहुत ही बेहतरीन एक्ट्रेस हैं। वो खास तौर से ओटीटी की तो बहुत बड़ी सुपरस्टार है, उन्हें बहुत कॉर्पोरेट में काम करना है, वो वहां पे बैठी हुई है और बहुत ही टैलेंटेड है। ओके राजलक्ष्मी, टेल अस, व्हेन यू हैव सीन अ लॉट इन लाइफ। आपने जो मेरे को बताया, जिस तरीके से आप, यू आर अ वेरी गुड स्टोरी टेलर एज वेल, और यू हैव सीन अ लॉट इन लाइफ। आपके ऊपर एक फिल्म भी बनेगी और किताबें तो लिखी जा रही हैं। बहुत लोग अभी दे आर प्लानिंग बुक्स ऑन यू एंड फिल्म्स ऑन यू। आई वुड लाइक टू नो अ बिट अबाउट व्हेन यू अबाउट योर इनिशियल डेज इन योर यूथ। नाउ स्कूलिंग खत्म हो गई, बचपन आपका खत्म हो गया बचपन का। Now came the time you have a daughter who's doing like really well, who is in US and she lives in Hollywood, and she lives जहाँ पे, दोस्तों, आपने हॉलीवुड का वो बिल बोर्ड देखा होगा, उसके बहुत करीब में रहती हैं। वो MBBS कर रही है वहां से। Tell us a bit about being a single mother and raising a child, and where she's doing so well. it reflects very well on you as a mother, as a parent. Tell us a bit about bringing a child as a single mother and raising her to where she is today.
I think my life has affected my daughter, and it has a huge influence. I am a good influencer on my daughter, I would say, because I always tell her the story of the monkey trying to climb on the pole, and finally he succeeded in crossing it. So wherever there is failure in my daughter's life, I said that success comes with trial and errors. And you have to go on trying and you don't have to stop. So you see, my daughter was actually with the Loreto College Middleton. And there she was studying with English, education, and all different kinds of subjects. But she was not happy with it. She decided to pursue science in US and then, study in the field of medicine. So I said, go ahead. So as a mother, my duty is to encourage them to shine in their own way, and they can choose their own path. So, as a mother, I always thought I will not put my daughter in the rat race. She doesn't have to be a topper, because whatever it is, she is still my daughter. I would love her. And I think that worked for her well. She even went to various places. The college is sending her to do this program, that program. So she has made up her own life. She went to California initially to study with medicine, and then she, with her own capabilities, is moving around different places. And to start with, I should say I always have my own mind, and my parents have realized that also. So I was married, arranged marriage, like we used to have that. I was married at a very early age and it did not work out. But at that time, at the tender age, when I was barely an adult, I could not take the move of walking out of the marriage. So I stayed miserably in a marriage trying to adjust till my father found out. And, that is where the parental guidance is. He guided me rightly to pursue my studies, higher studies abroad, even do masters in business. And there I am, totally independent, alone in a foreign country, making my career quite successfully till I decided to come back to India. It was much later phase that I came back to India. So I was all alone with my friends, and I have become used to my ways. It's my way or highway.
You are one person who is not shy or any who has any inhibitions in talking about one's vulnerabilities. I saw that in our deep conversation this evening. आपने just the way we got along, आपने इतने खुल के बात करी, आपने बताया अपने बारे में. And if you don't mind, if you're comfortable with it, can you share about the experience when you said with a 2-year-old child when you were left in a forest? Could you tell us about that experience, please?
You see, I was married off to a very handsome doctor, and like everyone else, I have a lot of good dreams, and the dreams were like a fairy tale dreams with happy ending. For me, it was not like that. Like in one incident, I had a small child and I was left alone in the forest while he drove away. So I have to walk all the way to the bungalow, and it was not a nice walk because it was a place where tigers are reared in Orissa. It's a deep jungle. So there are series of incidents, like that. And I am not shy to say all this thing that I have faced, but I have faced all these things boldly, and I have learned to correct myself through his mistakes. So I have learned to correct my temper. I have learned to correct my anger. I have learned to be patient, be more tolerant, more understanding. But in the end, it doesn't work because there are certain things we should not agree to. And we parted in a very cordial way. that this is the best for the daughter, so that
Okay.
she has stability in life. I would appeal to the families who doesn't have stability in them to rather part amicably in a friendly way than fight every day. Fighting every day is bad for children. And if it is one sided, it is even worse. Then they develop with a lot of negativity. And there is no place for negativity in our life. So that
Very
is what
true.
I wanted to say.
आपने एक बहुत खूब बात की थी कि लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट, और बहुत लोग कहते हैं नो लाइफ इज लॉन्ग एंड लाइफ इज ऐसा कुछ नहीं है शॉर्ट. आपने कहा भाई, आपने वो बात की थी, वो मेरे साथ रहेगी हमेशा. आपने कहा था लुक एट द लाइफ ऑफ द यूनिवर्स, लुक एट द यूनिवर्स एंड कंपेयर टू दैट व्हाट आर वी आर नथिंग. वी तो आई वाज लाइक या, एंड
Absolutely.
दैट वो बात घर कर गई मेरे को, एंड आई इट रियली स्टेड विद मी. Now, Rajlakshmi, you have actually, you are a very successful entrepreneur. You got your own business. You are a designer. I would like to say, say that you are a very livable, very lively party animal, if I may say so. Okay, you can laugh. Okay,
I think
but
I think if music be the food of life, play on,
play
and
on, play on.
party is essential to keep us going. We dress up, we look beautiful, we meet different cheerful people. So I try to go to parties to meet new people, as well as to rejuvenate my friendship with my old friends. So you can say, yeah, to some extent, I love going to parties. And at the same time, I have a spiritual side of it. I do meditation. So I have my me time, which is very, very important.
One thing you told me, and again, I loved it. What he said that I am not very religious. You said, but there's no harm in being religious as well. But you said you are spiritual, and you said your religion is humanity. जब आपने ये कहा था, your religion is humanity, I was like, wow. I mean, it reminded me of another friend of mine, which those हैं कुछ बोलते हैं कि भाई my religion is humanity. So that is like something you are, I would say, the epitome. आपने वो दिखाया है करके. अब मैं आता हूँ एक बहुत ही सेंसिटिव बात पे, जो an experience which I would like it if you would share with everyone else, for everyone to learn and understand. And why, दोस्तों, राजलक्ष्मी जी आपके साथ ये इसलिए शेयर कर रही हैं क्योंकि ये इनका योगदान है. That's her contribution, that's her bit in telling you all that, listen, difficult times don't last, but tough times don't last, but tough people do. So, Rajlakshmi was diagnosed with cancer. She did chemotherapy. She was told by the doctor that it's a matter of time, but kuch time ke baad something infection had spread, and cancer had spread, and she fought it all. And look at her spirit. Bhai, I feel I want to give a standing ovation. वाकई में, you are a truly an inspiration. आपके दोस्त अगर आप उनको जाना चाह रहे हैं, परिजात और अर्नब गोस्वामी, तो उनको बोल दिए कि भाई थोड़ा रुक जाएं, देखें परिजात, अर्नब गोस्वामी, हेलो. अब अर्नब गोस्वामी, अब अगर अर्नब गोस्वामी पे कैमरा मत लाएगा आप, let the suspense build up that Arnab Goswami is right now sitting at your house. Okay, so Arnab Goswami पे आप कैमरा मत लाएगा, because let the people suspense वो build up हो गई लोगों को कि भाई अर्नब गोस्वामी यहाँ पे घर में बैठे हुए हैं इस टाइम पे. हाँ,
Yeah, Arnab Goswami is at the moment in my house.
absolutely.
But I am a party animal. I like having friends over. Good souls. And they're good people. Most of my friends are very good people.
Thank you. अच्छा, ये बताइए, the time when you were diagnosed and you were telling me आपको पार्टी पे जाना था, पार्टी करी थी और आपको एक लंप महसूस हुआ, आपने चेक कराया, शुरू से बताइए, when you were diagnosed with cancer, how was it like?
No, I tell you, I came back from US, and then I was getting ready. 2 days after I came back from US, I never had jet lag. So I was planning a party on the 2nd of August with the foreign consulates. I have a lot of friends with the foreign consulates. And then I felt there is something like a peanut or something like a lump or something tightening. And I called up my daughter. And my daughter said that at your age, you should not neglect the slightest symptoms. So have party tonight. And we did party with enjoy, with a lot of fun. And and the next morning I went to Eastern Command Hospital, and there they found the tumor. And then my daughter said that you know she has to go for mammography and for FNAC, biopsy, etc., because she is already studying medicine and all that. And I have my friend in Eastern Command. So we went there and they did mammogram, they did FNAC, they did biopsy. And 2 days later, the doctor said that you have very aggressive cancer. Let me tell you that biopsy and FNAC, it's not a very nice experience because you get pierced a number of times. And on the way back, I told my daughter, here is dhaba, let's enjoy some dhaba food before they stop me from eating, junk. So we went there, and one of my college mates was there, and they said, "My God, what happened?" Uh, because my daughter's face was not an happy expression. I was like, "I will order this mutton, this chicken, and all that, kebabs and all." So he said, "Okay, okay, it will be my treat. This time it's going to be my treat." And she was totally shocked that a person diagnosed with aggressive cancer can go to a dhaba and eat. And that day only the biopsy and FNC happened. So I think it's a rare occasion that I did it like that. But I am always like that.
Wow.
And after
Wow.
that, I had my operation. My daughter said that she wants to stay back. I said, "You are not a nurse." And he said, "You don't have anyone to look after you." I said, "You go do your studies and I would do my work. I would recover myself." So it was totally on me and myself to go to the hospital, to take the chemo, sometimes accompanied by maid, sometimes 1, 2 times my friend and relatives came. But all the times, like 8 chemos, 17 trastuzumab chemos, and radiation, I have been all alone most of the time. And I have been taking up treatment. I have been in ventilators a number of times. I have COVID twice. But one thing, I was positive, and I said I would do it, I would fight it, and I would remain positive. That has kept me alive. Otherwise, I would have perished. I would have gone kaput total. And I'm leading a very normal life, working for 18 hours, 20 hours like that, traveling a lot. Last month, I have been traveling like crazy people. So, this is the story of the life. It's very simple, but I live my way.
Wow, yeah. I mean, really, I mean, commendable. ये बताइए कि आपको and what cancer were you diagnosed with, Rajlakshmi?
I was diagnosed with the HER2 positive aggressive cancer. It's a grade 3 aggressive cancer which spreads fast, and it just jump steps. And yeah, it was not in the initial stage. It was not in stage 1. It's a little, developed. So like that. So I have to be constantly monitoring with PET scan. And one thing I must tell, that we should not neglect signs and symptoms, because we never know where that thing is growing, from where it starts. We don't know, and it spreads very fast.
When you were talking to me and you were telling me about कि आप वेंटिलेटर आप खुद जाए थी अकेले हॉस्पिटल में आप वेंटिलेटर पे थी और आपकी केमियोथेरेपी भी होती थी एंड यू वर फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट इट एंड यू वर आल्सो पेइंग द हॉस्पिटल बिल्स ऑन योर ओन यू आर कमिंग बैक यू आर लीडिंग अ नॉर्मल लाइफ कि भाई लोग कैंसर के नाम से ही उनको परेशान हो जाते हैं मेंटली डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं बट यहाँ पे आपने दिखाया कि कैंसर होते हुए भी इतना बीमार होते हुए भी एक जिंदगी है और जिंदगी बड़ी खूबसूरत है, उसको जियो, हर पल जियो. So tell us
There is a
something about.
time. There is a time when doctor said, "Are you alone in the house? Are there no one? Because we are going to give you some good medicines, and you have to be very careful because they have a lot of reactions." So, but I said, I am alone because my daughter is abroad. My parents are 80 years old. So, and I can take domestic help with me sometimes, just to carry my water bottle and all that. But they are not the decision makers. So, most of the time I have been alone. During COVID time, also, uh, I did my own, everything is on my own. Yeah.
My goodness. And then COVID time, you had COVID twice. Uh, knowing you had cancer, आप पे कुछ special कुछ हुआ vaccination? Did you get yourself vaccinated? या कुछ उसका कुछ
Yeah,
परहेज था?
I have taken vaccination. I have taken vaccination, that too much later after I finished my chemos. And sad to say, I was, after Tata cancer, I thought that I will be taking, there are lots of chemos. Like I have taken 8 chemos and then there is 17 chemos. And then the doctor said, I can't give you chemo. The very old doctor of Kolkata said, I can't give you chemo because it's COVID time. And I said, then how will I survive? He said, it's your problem. Then, a young doctor came up to my rescue. So hats off to Dr. Dipanjan Majumdar, who came up to my rescue and he said, don't worry, I will give you chemo and you will survive. So he is a young doctor. He's much younger to the old doctor I was consulting. The doctor I was consulting is like 65 years old. And he refused to treat me. But I know that if he had stopped, the cancer would have spread and I would have died right there, then and there.
But why did he
So,
refuse to treat you?
because it was the COVID time and he himself is afraid to go out of the room, out of his room. Because COVID, no one knows. COVID people are scared, Steve. But the
My
young
brother,
doctors, they have been working hard. They are at the frontline doctors. Salute to them. Really salute to them.
my brother-in-law, who you know very well, Fuad, Dr. Fuad Halim, कलकत्ते में इनकी चेम्बर से
Yes,
भी बैठ के
yes.
मैं उन्हीं की लाइब्रेरी से ये लाइव कर रहा हूँ.
Ah.
He has had COVID a couple of times. He has donated
And
his
he's saving
plasma
lives.
many a time. I don't know कितने बार उन्होंने अपने प्लाज्मा डोनेट कराया. And
Absolutely, absolutely.
उनको लोगों को ट्रीट करते करते कोविड हो गया भाई. लोगों को ट्रीट करते ही his treatment just went on. And I mean that is something. So doctors are actually gods in disguise. It's a very, very noble profession. It's just the way. And Rajlakshmi, आप जिस तरीके से अपनी कहानी बता रही हैं, and it is like really, really, I mean, more nothing but respect for you, yeah. Really, I mean, you have seen so much in life. You have really, and I love your spirit. I love your spirit. You live life. Wow. Jinta kya bole. It was wonderful meeting. It was an honor meeting your mother today. I mean, when you mentioned that your parents are 80 years old, I'm like, wow. Your mother doesn't look like she's 80. No way. Not from any angle. And your
And
father was in the.
I think it is the blessing of God. The so-called God for me is doesn't have a name. He is the cosmic energy to whom I pray. And we may call him God in various names, but the cosmic energy is same. So I am trying to get some energy from him, and I think his blessings is what is keeping me going.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, I don't know what to say. I mean, really, I'm overwhelmed by all that you say. And in fact, you are. आपने एक चीज कही थी मेरे बारे में. How do you know that about me? I mean, I said, you don't even know me. I mean, how can you say that? फिर जब हम बात कर रहे थे गुफ्तगू में, आपने कहा था, सी मैंने ये कहा था. And you remember that? मैं खुद नहीं बोलूंगा, but you had given me a compliment when I had just come to your place. And ये बताइए, आप बता रही थी that I know you have to go as well, but you have guests over. But quickly, I'll just say, you were showing that आपके feet पे there was a lot of needles, pierces, ये वो, and doctor ने कुछ कहा था आपको. But then you
I
fought
tell
on.
you, It's not just chemos, intravenous. My veins has been spoiled. Then they started with the leg, and then they made peak lines, and then they said that overnight my entire body was swollen with it was becoming like septicemia. Then they wanted to do a port. It is then I protested and I said, I don't want to do a port in my heart. So you better pierce anywhere in the body and give me chemos. But chemos I have to take somehow, you know, and they did it actually. They did it despite of they could not find proper veins. Still they did it here and there. They were piercing me, even at the at the corner of the thumb. They have been piercing me a number of times, but they did it, and I had to tolerate all that pain, thinking they're doing it for the good, and I have to tolerate it. And I was at the same time leading a normal life. I tell you, Ali, one thing before I leave. Most of the people suffer, mentally, because they see their hairs are falling out. So before I had my chemos, I shaved my head so that I don't have to see every day that, portions of hair is falling out. So, there are certain ways to deal with this. And I started counseling other people. And I found that there are people who are also much way sadder than me, you know. So that is how, at least I have a roof, I have privileged family, I come from a good background, I have people, friends to care for me. I have seen there are cancer patients who are underprivileged. So I really want to do something for them. And I'm doing for them, you know.
Nothing but respect for you, and I am certain with your spirit, with your positivity, with your energy, with your vibration, I'm sure you'll be everything will be fine. And not just that, not just that. By the means of this conversation and by the way you spread a message. हाँ एक और बात before we end. भाई आप क्योंकि इतनी मिलनसार हैं और आपके हॉलीवुड में बहुत दोस्त हैं, अभी आप आगरा होके आई, हल्का सा उनके बारे में बताइए प्लीज, ये बहुत दिलचस्प बात
No,
है.
Hollywood. I have some friends in Hollywood, and I met them through yoga campaigning and World Cup of Yoga. And also, when I went to my daughter's place, I have made a couple of friends who are in Hollywood who write script, who are in the casting couch, I should say. I have some connections with the Hollywood. And at one point of time, someone said that I have a very expressive face, so I could easily play a role of I acted out today because I could play someone's elder sister, or in some there are lots of movies and TV series and web series going on. So one of my friend is Samantha Lockwood. I have met and we gel instantly, and she inspired me a lot, and she is a wonderful actress. Her father is Gary Lockwood, so he was our inspiration because he took us to space, and space is a subject I love most because space is related to cosmic energy. So Ali, so I'm looking forward to your interview. And before I end, I must say, if there is a will, there is a way. Because during the COVID time, when people are losing job, I created 250 new jobs for my tellers, for my embroidered workers, for even catering businesses and everyone. I try to create job, and they are still thankful for me. Their blessings have kept me going.
ये आपका बड़प्पन है, शुक्रिया. एंड शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत, रियली बहुत मजा आया आपके साथ गुफ्तगू में रह के. एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच राजलक्ष्मी. एंड कोई भी आखिरी संदेश आप देना चाहती हैं हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए बिफोर वी पार्ट वेज, एनीथिंग यू वुड लाइक टू से?
Yes, I want to say life is not bed of roses, but it is through positive attitude. We can deal with the thorns, pick up the thorns, throw them away, and make it petals of roses, beds of roses. So it is on us how we make our life. Sorrows will follow, happiness will follow, but how we deal with it is most important.
बहुत खूब, क्या खूब फरमाया आपने, really. And thank you very much. A lot of respect and more power to you, Rajlakshmi. And Thank you very much for your
And look
time.
forward to working together, piano and your renditions.
Absolutely. But आज तो मजा आ गया भैया शाम को
Ekdam.
Mirza Khalid, Faiz Ahmed Faiz, William Shakespeare, John Milton, Sylvia Plath, whatnot. We were like just going on and on. Harvansh Rai Bachchan Saab. We were like Suhan Lal
Absolutely.
Dwivedi, Makhan Lal Chaturvedi, whatnot. Kya kya literature. We discussed so many things. William Shakespeare,
I think we
whatnot.
have to do a piano and your recitation, you know.
Definitely.
We have to have it for the audience.
Definitely.
It
Definitely.
is something of an intellectual appeal. I think most of the audience of India and across the globe, they would love it because it has the intellect appeal. Music with your, you know.
Definitely.
So
Thank
looking
you very much.
forward
Thank
and
you
have
very
a
much.
wonderful time. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you,
You as
everyone.
well. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Cheers. And keep up that smile of yours. It's so infectious.
It's always there. That is what the doctor said. Your smile is infectious.
It is. It is. Take care. Cheers.
Bye.